Expect an aggressive start as they hunt their way towards the pagoda. Up the middle, up through the centre of Battersea Park here. Everyone starts their stopwatch. The elite men are off. We've got a fantastic lineup, a fantastic field in front of us this evening. Of course, 3, 4, 5 abreast, and they are flying at the moment. Henry Mcluckie straight to the front. That's what we kind of expected, to be honest with you. Taryn Rawlings, the Adidas athlete, took that first race on after a lap or so. She was just shy of the course record. She ran 15:53. Can Mcluckie get that course record? He's setting off with intent. He'll know he's in good shape. And that course record is owned by someone he'll know very, very well. Jack Rowe, 2 years ago, came to Battersea Park, 13:36. Look at what Jack's doing now. Rumour has it he'll be in Boston tonight, chasing an Olympic standard. So, straight round the pagoda for the first time. And next time they come around there, they'll be well on their way. They'll be around that 3 kilometre mark. And look at Mcluckie go. I've got him approaching the first 400 metres already. And he's going to be on or there. It's just weaving his way around the drains here in Battersea. He's got a nice little gap to Kadar Omar, who's a fantastic talent and loves a road race. Really, really strong athlete on the roads is Kadar. And he'll keep that 10 or 15 metres or so gap to Mcluckie. So the top two already setting a relentless, a ferocious early pace. And just look at that. For a shot, you can just tell how relaxed these gentlemen are at this sort of speed. So we take that first turn. For those of you who don't know, we come up through the centre of Battersea Park. That left-hand turn is perhaps the only 90-degree turn on the course, except for the finishing one. The 2 90-degree turns. That's what makes it so fast, though. Purely because it's just gradual, nice gradual curve down this bottom section. Going to be alongside that Astro any minute now. So Mcluckie, Kadar Omar, and a big old pack behind. Athletes we got in there. We got Charlie Brisley. Saifu Jamal is someone that I'm very excited to see. 29:40 at the old Hyde Park 10k on New Year's Day. Those of you who know Hyde Park, that's a very quick time. Solo effort, course record. Works with Idris Hamoud. So did Kadar. He's moved on from Idris, according to my sources. So we'll keep an eye further down this field. Brisley looking very, very smooth. He sits in third. So new invest in there. There's Saifu Jamal as well. Sylvie Archie Davies. Bit of a late entrant for this one. Didn't see him, but boy, that's a man who can do it all. 144 runner over 800 metres. Now here he is on the streets of Battersea, looking to conquer the 5,000 metres. Good pre-season training for him for the track. Ben Cole's in there. Small, experienced figure from Tonbridge. Very, very quick cadence as well. And the rest of the pack filing behind. Ewan Brown in this one too. Keep an eye on him. Was looking out for Dom Nolan. Can't see him unless he's a little bit further back. He's someone with a low 14-minute 5k. John Escalante Phillips as well. Another athlete with a very, very respectable 5,000 metre personal best inside 14 minutes. He is not in this front group though. Just catching up with his coach there and just saying he is just getting himself back into a bit of fitness. So it's Mcluckie, and now Brisley's caught up with Kadar. Kadar made that initial move early on to try and close that gap to Mcluckie. No one's getting near the man, the Shaftesbury Barnet Harrier, the Adidas athlete tonight. And I think that was always his intention, to get a gap and just hold it and keep the rest of the field at bay. Don't give them a sniff. So keep an eye on Ewan Brown. He's in this race today, 14:10 personal best. Hampshire Harrier, he's the Northern Indoor Champion, 8:21 over 3k. And now, what was very, very strung out is a bit of a pack. Athletes file in. Saifu Jamal looks to lead and just continue to push and squeeze it. Herne Hill, Belgrave, of course, the local club, Cottage as well. These are athletes who are going to know these streets very, very well. Every drain, let's go. Every slight lip in the pavement. So, up front. Brisley tucked in there as well. Probably Fitzgerald was due to make an appearance tonight. I hope he is. Former 336, 1500 metre man. He's not near that shape now. He doesn't profess to be either, but back enjoying his running. Well done, keep working. And I said earlier in the women's race, a lot of athletes like that who have a little bit of time away, time out from the sport. Watch for the barriers. It's races like these which inspire them, get them back into it. They want to test themselves on the roads. They're just easy to enter. There's no pressure, and you can just absolutely max out health and lever, just like all 20 or so of these men are doing. We've got 60 men here tonight, all inside 15 or so minutes. So they just squeeze up round this bending. Ben Cole just moving his way to the outside as well. Seifu Jamal in there. It's bunched, it's packed, it's smooth. This is elite 5,000 metre running then. 3 abreast then, all eyes on Mcluckie. That gap, to be honest with you, over the last kilometre or so, hasn't got much bigger. So they're going to approach that lap marker. I'll give you a 2.5k or just under split. And we'll get a good indication of what Mcluckie's on for as well. Is he going to be anywhere near that course record? 6.5 minutes. That's very, very smooth. So things starting to just break up a little bit now. Ben Cole giving chase. Seifu in here, just fading as well. Kadar, he's had a slightly erratic race as Kadar Omar, but he's looking to kind of get back on it. He clearly enjoys this stretch of road under the lights, heading up to the pagoda as well. So Ben Cole, a bit of a fan favourite here tonight. He's got a lot of crowd out on the course. So lap to go. Can anyone challenge Mcluckie? He's not pulling away at this point. He had a very, very aggressive start to this race, and the pack's been changing. That lead has changed several times over the course of that first lap. Everyone having their turn at the front, and that's the difference. People often say, you know, the roads are quicker, but it is because it never slows. It's relentless. On a track, it will get tactical. Oh, and there we go, the music tent right on the pagoda, the DJ rocking out. Now the athletes respond, they soak up that energy. And it is Miles, Charlie Brisky giving chase as well. It's Miles from Midlands. Very, very smooth. The man up front. Doing Brown in here as well. And that's one of the things why 5,000 metre running and people are cracking it. They're attempting to get personal best, they're attempting to get qualifying standards on the roads, because you just have so many guys running together, and the track, if even the slightest gap opens up, you can miss a split quite easily. But on the road, there's always someone willing to put the work in, to drift their way to the front and push on. So we've still got 10, 15, 20 men in contention. None of them in contention for the win at this point. That's Henry Mcluckie. He is up front and he is flying. And so's Miles and Cole, and there's Kadar, Omar, Charlie Brisley as well. All of these men enjoying this section of the park. We are up close and personal. One of the best 5,000 metre runners in the country. Domestic racing at its absolute finest. So let's try and ID a few more a little bit further down as well. Ed Blythman.Bedford man in here, a few more Harriers as well. And there's actually Shelley in there, looking very, very smooth as well. Just lurking himself on the back of this pack. It's race on for a lot of these gentlemen. They're 3.5k. They're coming up to the mile marker to go. Just under 3.5k at this point. And this is the mile that counts. This is the kilometre that really counts. This is where the personal bests are made. They're won and lost at this stage in the race. Goodness me, I can't call it. We're throwing net over all of these men. All of them operating at low 14-minute territory right now. That's personal best territory for a lot of them as well. Big personal bests in this pack. Some of them are fortunate enough to have cracked that 14-minute barrier. I can tell you that before this race, we only had 5 men who have gone sub 14 minutes. Will we have any more this evening? 14 men, however, sub 14:10, so it shows you 10 or so men capable of getting low 14 minutes, but haven't quite cracked that magical barrier. And look at this thing, Kadar Omar looks to accelerate off the front. He's asking questions of people like Ben Cole and Charlie Brisley in there as well. So let's see what will happen. How will this race play out? Some of these athletes have been in this group from gun to tape the whole way. They've been involved. They played a canny game. Very, very smooth. And Kadar's going to have to lose that second spot at the moment. He gives way to it. Brisley, so the early players in this race, they settled. They went through a little bit of lull midway through this race. And now they're back up towards the front. People are starting to make moves. As I said, everyone's had a turn at the front. But as we drift our way back to Mcluckie, we haven't covered too much of him, but he has been a class apart here today. To be honest with you, the pack have kept him in their sights, but they can never get on terms with this young man. Surprisingly here tonight, the British Championships, on the eve of the British Indoor Championships, he's ran some fantastic times already this winter. 7:47 over 3,000, but perhaps that run in Boston the other night just discouraged him a little bit, knocked his confidence a little bit, and he chose to prove himself over the 5,000 on the roads instead. And that will be his focus on the track come the summer. A fast 5,000, I have no doubt. A personal best of 13:37. It's unlikely he's going to get near Rowe's record of 13:36. 12 minutes on the clock already. Half a mile or so to go. Just under. So about 600 metres to go, in fact, for Mcluckie. So he's going to be close. He's going to be right on that 14-minute barrier, perhaps inside. He's going to have to keep it going, though. Keep piling it on, Mcluckie. Shafty Barnet Harrier, again, do a fantastic job marketing the brand 3 stripes as he leads them out here at the podium under the lights 5K. Right now under the lights, the podium combining to deliver this fantastic event. In mid-February, it's many years of running now. It continues to grow. And he just checks down to the floor. He's just done enough, to be honest with you, Mcluckie. The whole race, and I think he knew that. He knew he had to drift away. He was the man everyone wanted to watch. He didn't want to leave it to a sprint finish. But they pile up behind him though. That gap is closing, so he is going to have to respond. 100, 200 metres left. What's on the clock at this stage? 13:17. He is going to be close to that 13:37 course record. Henry Mcluckie of Shelley Harriers. Pure domination here this evening. No questions asked. He's let it gun to tape. All on his own. Slight lead on the home straight to contend with. The man travelled back from America, and he's delivering a performance that he's become accustomed to, that he'll know was within him, regardless of what happened a few weeks ago or so. So Henry Mcluckie, ladies and gentlemen, your podium under the lights champion. And how close to that course record? He'd be sub 14, and he's going to lead a few men below as well. Look at the line, Shelley coming through, 14 low on the clock. Charlie Brisley, there's a few PBs in there, I'm sure. Ben Cole, Kadar, Omar. Look at that, some of the early runners. Archie Davies is going to be low 14. Harry Cox drifted himself across the line as well. Seifu Jamal, as they pile in, the crowd get behind them. Again, what an evening at Battersea Park. And there's nothing quite like it. Pure 5,000 metre racing. They leave it all out on the roads, all out on the park this evening. And we hope you enjoyed it. You know we'll be back next year. We hope to see you back as well. And we hope to see many, many more attack this fantastic 2-lap circuit. As athletes will pile in for the next minute or so.